This is the Padres Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Que pasa, Padre fan? Welcome to your Padres Postcast. That's right. Bienvenidos aquí. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. And let me tell you something, brother. Yeah, baby. Big win for the Padres tonight. Into the fifth inning, they were held scoreless. Into the fifth inning, they were held hitless. Into the fifth inning, they look lifeless offensively. And even the power of Nick Pivetta and all the stopping power he has. Look, coming into the game, they were 10-3 in his starts following a loss. And they've been losing a bunch lately, and he had been 8-2 in those games. How would he fare today? You know what it is with Nick. He ends up giving up 3 runs in 5 innings, gave up a homer late into his start, but man, did the offense wake up. The 6th inning and the 7th inning combined, they saw 103 pitches from the Minnesota Twins, who, by the way, traded away 40% of their roster at the deadline, but the Padres in the 7th inning. 7's wild, baby. Let's go to Vegas. 7 runs on 7 hits in the 7th inning. How about that? That's what I'm talking about. Padre fan, it's your Padres Postcast. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Big one brewing in LA too. The Dodgers and the Diamondbacks scoreless, but Tyler Glasnow with a perfect game through 5. But as we saw in the Padres game, they were hitless and scoreless into the 5th. So, hey, plenty of time to jinx them. Did I mention Tyler Glasnow has a perfect game through 5? Tyler Glasnow has a perfect game through 5. Jinx, 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 jinx. By the way, we are free. Thank you for making us your first watch or listen every single day. We're live on the Postcast right after the game on YouTube. Then, after that show where you can subscribe, you can smash that bell so you know when you get the alerts. We're coming your way with the shows more often. Myself and Javier Arraez with Locked On Padres Podcast. Think about this, right? We are free on YouTube right after the games. Then we upload, you download. Very simple. Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, and the Roku. You down with OPP? No, I'm 53. It's OTT. It's free over-the-top television. So thank you for being here with us day in and day out as we cover the Pods in this big season. Can they do it? What a big night tonight. We have so much to go over with this game. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, Gries, at Jim Grease _ on social media. Give me a follow. I make you holla. It's Padres Postcast. Got a big win tonight. Let's go.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right, I think that played. I think that played. We shall see. But a big one tonight. How about that? As Mel Allen used to say, a big one for the Padres and a huge, huge win, and the offense woke up. How about Manny Machado? Let's start with Manny. Little milestone for Manny. Manny, why you bugging? Manny's bugging, all right. He got his 1,000th hit as a member of the Padres tonight. That Hall of Fame plaque looking more and more. Yeah, you know what it is. Manny going in as a Padre. You know this is happening. We know this is happening, and we will keep you updated on the Dodger game, by the way, because look, with a win tonight, the Padres could creep back into within a game of the Dodgers out there, of course, in the NL West. And when you think about, you know, the Padres all season long and everything they've overcome, look, Bogart's on the IL now, Merrill's still on the IL, King, 2nd stint, Merrill, 3rd stint, all the injuries, all the deals that Preller has made. And I have to go over a couple of things with that with you. But first things first, I Grease, freaks all the honeys, dummies, Playboy bunnies, those want money. But besides that, we bring you, obviously, the postcast. So let me see here. Where is the game recap? There you are. Elias Diaz, 2 home runs. You know what I mean? How about that? Backup catcher. He was really starting to hit when they made the deals for Fermin. And think about the deals Preller made. More on that in a minute. I got to make sure that I bring these photos up. So little corroboration here. You're not going to see them, but I'm going to make sure that I read off of them, right? So here we go. All right, Elias Diaz homers twice. The Padres beat the Twinkies 12-3. Ramon Laureano also homers for the Padres, and he's been phenomenal. 11 runs against that Minnesota bullpen tonight for the Padres. Manny Machado, 2 hits. He drove in the go-ahead run in the 7th inning, made it 4-3. He tops the 1,000 mark for hits as a Padre Hall of Fame plaque. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, baby, baby. Byron Buxton, Homer, James Outman, and Trevor Larnach each a couple of hits for the Twinkies. How about Adrian Morejon, a scoreless sixth inning? He picks up the win. Pivetta goes 5, gives up 3 runs. And look, the Padres began the day a couple of games behind the Dodgers. More on that in a minute. Taj Bradley allowed just 1 run and 1 hit over 5 innings. A tale of 2 games for the Twinkies in the Twin Cities. A tale of twin games. Get it? Ha! That was funny. Anyway, yeah, man, I really, look, the Twins tried to do so much at the deadline. Didn't work for them. The Padres, 3 hits, a walk, and an error, scored twice in the 6th to tie the score. We'll take you through the innings. Un momento, por favor. But then, how about 4 consecutive singles to start the 7th? And the Padres score 7 runs in that inning. Diaz with his 2nd homer of the night. Laureano's 2-run shot in the 8th. And really interesting, man. Just a crazy, crazy night in Minnesota, but a real good one for the Padres. And how about this? I just have to go through a couple of the acquisitions because Ryan O'Hearn has been incredible since joining the Padres. And I had another, where'd that one go? Since joining the Padres with runners in scoring position, Ramon Laureano's hitting .364, Ryan O'Hearn .333. And the on-base percentage, .462 and .476, with the OPS, 1.189 and 1.143. Killing it, those 2 guys, right? And then Mason Miller, a 47.4% strikeout rate since joining the Padres. So they fortified what was already their strength, the big bullpen, and they add Laureano, who solidified left field and been incredible. Could not have asked for more from him, from O'Hearn, from Mason Miller, from Fermin for that matter. And then you got Diaz, as your backup. You got your Diaz instead of your Maldonado. And so here you go, right? Diaz with the 2-homer day. His homer put you on the board when you were hitless and scoreless in the 5th. So a big night offensively for the Padres. And we have a lot to unpack still with this game. San Diego was down. It was 1-0 Minnesota. They scored in the bottom of the 3rd. You know what I'm saying? The Padres scored in the top of the 5th to tie it up. And when you look at this game, he was dealing. Bradley was dealing. You remember with the Rays, he pitched well against the Padres. So Minnesota scores to make it 1-0 in the 3rd inning. And that was a single to right by Larnach, and Outman scores. And then the Padres tie it up in the top of the 5th inning on a Diaz homer. And that was off Bradley, the only run he would give up. Pivetta still in there in the 5th, and Buxton homers. 2-run shot makes it 3-1. Pavetta's out of the game, right? So then in the top of the 6th inning, the Padres tie it up at 3. And Pivetta technically still the pitcher of record. They got only 2 runs that inning, but it was an error by the shortstop, Lee, on a routine ball by Arraez. Then Machado singles. That's his 1,000th hit as a Padre. O'Hearn strikes out, but then Laureano singles to left. Arraez scores, and Manny goes to 3rd, and Laureano goes to 2nd. Sheets singles. Machado scores. Sheets has been incredible lately. So it's 3-3. Pivetta's out of the game. Morejon comes in, scoreless 6th, and he would get the win. Why? Because he came in for Pivetta, tie game. He's the pitcher of record, even though in the bottom of the 7th inning, Adam came in to take over for Morejon. Morejon was still technically in the game when the Padres scored all their runs in the 7th. You know how to score a baseball game, what I'm saying. So in the 7th, Fernando singles, Arraez singles, Machado singles, Fernando scores, O'Hearn singles, Arraez scores. Laureano lines out to short on a bullet. Sheets singles to right, Machado scores, right? Iglesias lines out there 2 away. Cronenworth doubles off the wall. Johnson and O'Hearn score, and then Diaz homers scoring Cronenworth. It's 10-3. Then in the 8th inning, they had a couple of more. Laureano homers in O'Hearn, who had singled 12-3 Padres. And that's a wrap. Doc say it's a wrap. It's a wrap. What a performance. What a game for the Padres. And we got a break to take in a couple of minutes. But before we do, one more thing to get to. And we still have your star of the game. We still have a look ahead to tomorrow. I'm going to look at the Dodgers score as well as that 7-run 7th. 7 runs on 7 hits in the 7th inning. 7's wild, baby. Roll them dice. And that's really awesome. Let me just rise up a little bit here in the chair. There we go. Here, I feel taller already. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. And we have got to get to this biggest point in the game tonight. How about that 7th inning?
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
3 pitches between the 6th and 7th innings, but 7 runs on 7 hits in the 7th for the Padres. It started with 4 straight singles. Fernando, Arraez, Machado, O'Hearn. Laureano flies out. Sheets singles. Iglesias lines out. Cronenworth a double, and Diaz a homer, but it was mostly singles. 7's wild in that inning for the Padres. And think about Manny Machado picked up his 1,000th hit as a Padre earlier in the game. Well, number 1,001 was a single past the dive of the shortstop into left field that gave him the RBI that put the Padres up 4-3. So there's your turning point. The 7 runs on 7 hits in the 7th inning. Manny with the go-ahead hit that made it 4-3, which equals what? We're going to Vegas. 7. All right, there you have it. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. It's your Padres postcast, yours on your Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. The postcast after every game, we're live on YouTube. After that, we upload, you download Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, and Roku. Real quick before I take a break, and you're not going anywhere, neither am I. I'll tell you about a couple of deals from incredible sponsors we have here on the show. Diaz went crazy, says Zanocan. Shout out Zanocan, one of our best fans here on the channel. Great game, LFGSD, says Eric J's music promotion. My man, Eric, thank you very much. Got a win tomorrow, Pods, LFGSD. Lucky 7, baby. 7's wild. 7 runs, 7 hits, 7th inning. Manny's hit made it 4-3. You know what I'm saying? There's another 7. The 7s are everywhere. All 7 of them, watch them fall. Oh, come on. This is so much fun. I can't even help it anymore. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, 12-3 the final. Pods with the win. When we come back right on the other side, we're not going anywhere. I'll tell you about a couple of deals from our sponsors, but I'll give you an update on the Dodgers score in that perfect game. Yeah, Tyler Glasnow tossing a perfect game through 5 against the D-Bags. More on that, and we'll continue to break this one down. Look at the performance of the bullpen as they head into the finale against the Twinkies. The last game in the month of August. Down the stretch they come. It's your postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Locked On Padres, your team every day. All right, I get a chance to tell you about one of our great sponsors here on the show that we love working with these guys. And, you know, it's awesome to talk about upside. And it's anytime you get a chance to save money, right? Anytime you get a chance, keep an extra couple bucks in your pocket. And we're going to tell you about that more, how to manage your money in a minute. But how about upside? You think about this, especially in today's world with everything going on. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now. And hey, start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code SEASON, SEASON, and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You could make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already needed. See how that goes? At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime by your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. So don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code SEASON, SEASON, for a limited time 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SEASON. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. All right. Also get a chance to tell you about something that's really changed my life, and I think it will for you too, and that is Monarch Money. Oh, Lord. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, right? Whether it's 401ks, properties, investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool. It brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch, built for people with busy lives like you, like me. If you put up organizing your finances, Monarch is here for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally, feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. It's dope as can be, right? You can identify that you aren't saving as much as you thought. Maybe you haven't been contributing enough to your 401k. Monarch can help you with that too. Even find old ones that you may have forgotten about, right? Maximizing investments, increasing your savings rate, easily reviewing finances with a partner, financial advisor. You know what I'm saying? Keeping a clear view of your financial health week to week, long term with Monarch. So do not let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with the code LOCKEDONMLB with Monarch Money on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team, yours, baby, every single day. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. We are flying now, baby, live right after every game with your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day, 12-3, the beatdown, pimp slapped in Minnesota tonight. Yeah, baby, big one, 12-3. And remember, they hadn't had a hit or scored a run into the fifth inning until Elias Diaz hit the first of his 2 homers. Cronenworth had a 2-run double. How about 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup tonight? 8 for 18 with 7 RBIs, the home run from Laureano. So we're talking off the top of the dome here. We're talking Manny. We are talking Laureano and Sheets with O'Hearn. Manny, O'Hearn, Laureano, and Sheets combined 8 for 18, 7 RBIs, and the homer. And you think about last night, 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup, and 0 for. Big difference right there. The bullpen getting it done. Solid as a rock. Solid as a rock coming out of the bullpen again tonight. When you think about star of the game coming up in just a minute, but really incredible performance. Pivetta, by the way, the team now 11-3 in his starts after a loss. He didn't up his personal record from 8-2 because he gave up the homer that made it 3-1 in the 5th. He leaves the game. The Padres tie the score in the top of the 6th with Pivetta still the pitcher of record, so he wouldn't have had the loss anymore, but he's long gone by the time they take the lead, and the win goes to Morejon, who's been so fantastic lately. Big dogs getting some barks in tonight. Morejon, Adam, Estrada, and Jacob, not Suarez tonight or Miller, but Morejon, Adam, and Estrada hadn't pitched in a couple days. Neither Suarez and Miller for that matter, but Morejon goes to 11-4, 1.75 ERA. What a year for the All-Star. Got his game on, go play. So Morejon, Adam, Estrada, and Jacob each with a scoreless inning after Pivetta went 5 3-earned runs on 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk on 83 pitches for Pivetta. And what a night for the offense of the Padres. Again, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. 8 for 18, 7 RBIs, and a homer. One of them was Manny Machado, who picked up his 1,000th hit as a Padre, drove in the go-ahead run in the 7th inning. And get this, 8 for 18, 7 RBIs for 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. 4 scoreless innings, flawless innings from the bullpen, and none of them are our star of the game. Think about that. 8 for 18, 7 RBIs from 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. Scoreless innings from the bullpen all the way around. And none of them are our player of the game tonight. And that should tell you all you need to know. And with that, no more further ado, let's go.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
How about our guy Elias Diaz, right? I mean, 2 home runs tonight for the backup catcher. Number 9 hole hitter, 2 for 5 in the game, 2 homers, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, average all the way up to 202. But how about Diaz? They were being no hit. They had no runs on the board. Taj Bradley was killing them, and then Diaz hits the homer. The only run they scored off Bradley all night. Only run they scored, and it was Diaz. So Diaz, the star of the game. They murdered the ball all night long. The bullpen was phenomenal. Pivetta wasn't his best, but he picks up the big quality start, the stopper, Nick Pivetta. Again, they go to 11-3 in games when he is the starting pitcher after a loss, and they needed him tonight. All right, real quick, before we get on out of here, we're going to take a look at tomorrow in a moment, but what about the Dodgers and the D-Bags? Let's check this out. Last I'm seeing is the end of the 6th inning. Let's close this. I don't want to crash the computer here. Let's do it up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Where we at? Come on, baby. Come on. Baby, baby, come on. Baby, baby, come on. All right, so here we go. Where are we at? Okay, the Dodgers, remember, 2 games ahead of the Padres, coming in a game and a half right now, but we will see where they at. Yeah, so bottom of the 6th, still no score at Chavez de Stinkhole between the D-Bags and the Dodgers, and Arizona broke up the perfect game. So, we jinxed Tyler Glass now. So we'll see. Again, that one is scoreless. So maybe the Pods can pick up a game, and maybe they can tie them tomorrow. But imagine you go into September tied with the Dodgers, neck and neck, and you got the, end of the season coming up. How great will that be? You think about that, right? What a month it's been up and down for the Padres in the month of August. And then, of course, you have 25 games in September. You have a very favorable schedule. You got the Orioles coming in. You go to the Rockies. You got the Reds, Rockies again. 3 against the Mets, then the White Sox, the Brewers, who have been great, and the Diamondbacks. But, man, what a favorable schedule for the Padres down the stretch. And what a win tonight in the big city for the Padres. Joking about Minneapolis, St. Paul, but an incredible performance by the Padres offensively. They break out big time in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings, scoring all their runs then. 7's wild in the 7th, and just a great job there. 7 runs on 7 hits in the 7th inning. Manny gets his 1,000th hit as a Padre, drives in the go-ahead run as well. 3 through 6 in the mix, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 for 18. 7 RBIs tonight, and of course the 4 scoreless innings from the bullpen combined with the Pivetta power. And how great has Alec Jacob been the last couple of games out for him? Got to throw him some props. Adam, a scoreless inning, an embarrassment of riches in the bullpen. Of course, Morejon as well, and Estrada. Big night for the Pods, trying to wrap it up tomorrow, win this series, and then come on back, wrapping up the month of August. And right after they finish with the Minnesota Twins, they come back home for the Orioles tomorrow, or Monday night, rather. So tomorrow's game starts at 10:10 Pacific time. We'll be here right after with the postcast. Don't forget, day to day, it's the podcast, Locked On Padres, with Javier Arraez. And, of course, we will be here right after the game tomorrow with your postcast. And real quick, before we bounce like Mickey Mouse, want to tell you about some more exciting content and great things going on with the Locked On Podcast Network. Partnerships we're doing, shows we're doing on big-time networks beyond just the podcast network. And this is no different. Another big moment in Locked On. Huge college football day today. Arch Manning. If you don't know, now you know. Go look it up. Arch Manning. I don't like the Mannings. Another big moment on Locked On. College football fans, Locked On and Fire TV present College Football Kickoff, your ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the combo alongside 2-time AP Coach of the Year, Gary Patterson, with the Horned Frogs at TCU. Former college star Jesse Holly's there, as well as Locked On's local experts. A college football preview only Locked On can do. Catch College Football Kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV with the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. The Padres with a huge win in Minnesota, 12-3 the final. Eric J's Music Promotion says, let's go AZ and let's win tomorrow, Pods. No doubt about it. Get that series dub and come on back for those Orioles. You can thank them for Laureano and O'Hearn. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Thank you for watching Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day, 12-3 the final. We're back tomorrow, 10:10 first pitch. We're here right after the game with the Postcast live on YouTube. After the live YouTube show, we upload, you download Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, and Zeroku. Keep your game tight and your mind right, San Diego. Thank you for watching, listening to your Padres Postcast with me, Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. I'm out.